Representative Jim Jordan on Thursday criticized the Biden administration's plan to direct the IRS to track data on bank accounts with a certain amount of annual transactions, calling it a snitch line. The Ohio Republican told Attorney General Merrick Garland at a hearing of the House Judiciary Committee. The Biden administration also wants another dedicated line of communication for reporting. They want a second snitch line. The first, he said, was the Justice Department directing the FBI to meet with officials to set up communication lines to report threats and violence against school board members and other school officials. The controversial finance proposal initially called on the IRS to track bank data for every account with more than $600 in annual transactions. However, the administration and Senate Democrats this week backtracked and proposed raising the transaction amount to accounts with more than $10,000 in annual transactions. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy called Wednesday on House Democrats to bring bipartisan legislation that has already passed the Senate to the floor for a vote. The bill would put those who killed law enforcement officers in prison and end a loophole that has set killers free. The legislation is titled the Jamie Zapata and Victor Avila Federal Officers and Employees Protection Act and honors people like United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement Special Agent Jamie Zapata, who was murdered by members of the Los Zetas drug cartel in Mexico in 2011. The cartel members had their convictions overturned based on a legal technicality. The bill would end the loophole so that law enforcement officers and their families get the justice they deserve. McCarthy slammed Democrats for not bringing the bill to the floor for a vote. In late July, both the Zapata and Avila families wrote a letter to House Majority Leaders Steny Hoyer and McCarthy calling on them to pass the legislation in the Democrat-controlled House. McCarthy said, "Just days ago, the National Police Office's memorial service was held on the grounds of the Capitol to honor heroes such as ICE Special Agent Jamie Zapata, who was murdered by the members of the Los Zetas drug cartel in Mexico in 2011. Jamie's killers were tried and convicted in Washington, D.C., but, egregiously, had their convictions overturned based on a legal technicality." This week, House Democrats had the opportunity to pass a bipartisan bill, which passed the Senate unanimously back in May, that would have corrected this technicality and is strongly supported by our brave and heroic law enforcement officers, but they chose not to do so. Congress must pass this bill to close this loophole so no other law enforcement officer, or their family, will be denied the justice they deserve. There is no reason to delay. House Democrats must bring this bill to the floor immediately.